All right, let's jump right in. Today we're exploring something pretty fascinating, the feminine aspect of the divine. And to really get our heads around it, we're going to use a very specific, ancient festival as a roadmap. Ready? Let's get into it.
You know, it's a question that really makes you stop and think. For so many of us, the default image of God is, well, a he. But what if that's only half of the story? What if the whole picture, the complete picture, needs a balance?
And that's exactly where this incredible festival comes into play. For 9 nights every single year, a festival in India basically lays out this amazing spiritual map for us. It's a guide to help us navigate and really feel this very idea of divine duality. Okay, so first things first, let's dig into this core idea of divine duality. Now, the point here isn't to just swap out a he for a she. Nope, it's about understanding a much fuller, more complete, and balanced spectrum of what we call the sacred.
So even though the ultimate divine is often thought of as being totally beyond gender, we humans can grasp it better when we think about these two complementary sides. You've got the divine masculine, that's all about things like will, structure, cosmic order. And then, balancing that out, you have the divine feminine, which embodies grace, compassion, and that raw, creative energy. See? They're not fighting each other, they're two sides of the same incredible coin, a complete whole.
All right, so how do we actually explore this idea in a way that makes sense? Well, this is where we turn to our main guide, our case study, the Festival of Navaratri. It gives us this perfect framework for what is, really, a journey of transformation.
So what is Navaratri? Well, it literally means 9 nights. And it's this annual festival dedicated entirely to celebrating the Devi, which is the feminine aspect of God, and all of her different powers, her different personalities, her different forms.
Think of this festival as a kind of spiritual GPS, you know? It's a map encoded in all these rituals and stories that guides a person on a deep inward journey. And while it's celebrated in tons of different ways all across India, for our purposes, we're going to focus on the Tamil tradition. And that's because it lays out this beautiful 3-part progression that is just incredibly insightful. So let's break that journey down. It's not random. It's structured in 3 very distinct stages. It charts this inner path that leads to what you could call a kind of spiritual victory.
Here's how the map unfolds. First, you've got 3 nights dedicated to Durga, the fierce aspect that helps us remove all our inner junk, our impurities. Next up, 3 nights for Lakshmi, who helps us build balance and a sense of true spiritual prosperity. And finally, the last 3 nights are for Saraswati, the one who brings wisdom and crystal clear clarity. It's such a logical progression, right? First, you cleanse, then you build, and then you understand.
And this is the crucial part. This whole thing, it isn't just about ancient stories or rituals. This sequence is a powerful metaphor for our own personal growth. It's about conquering our own inner demons, our fears, our hang-ups, our worldly attachments, and moving step by step toward a life of real clarity and purpose.
And after those 9 nights of intense inner work, the entire journey reaches its peak, its culmination, on the 10th day.
This 10th day has a name, Vijaya Dashami. It literally means the 10th day of victory. And it represents the whole goal of the entire journey, the triumph of knowledge over ignorance, of spirit over the purely material stuff of life. It's the payoff. Okay, now let's zoom out a bit. Let's look at the deeper philosophy that's humming away underneath all of this. Because this journey isn't just a human one. It actually reflects a fundamental cosmic principle, the interplay between stillness and action. To get this, we absolutely have to understand the concept of Shakti. So what is Shakti? It's the juice. It's the dynamic, creative, active energy of the entire universe. It's seen as the feminine principle that animates everything, the force that gets the whole cosmic show on the road.
And boom, here's where it all clicks together so beautifully. Each of those 3 goddesses we just met, each one is the Shakti, the dynamic energy for a corresponding still, masculine principle. So, Saraswati is the knowledge energy that allows Brahma to create. Lakshmi is the harmonious energy that animates Vishnu's job of preserving the universe. And Durga? She's the raw power that Shiva uses to transform things and destroy ignorance. You see the pattern? One is the potential, the other is the action. They need each other.
I mean, this quote from our source material just says it all, doesn't it? Without that feminine energy, that Shakti, the masculine principle is just potential. It has no expression. It's like a car with no gas. It's stillness with no movement.
It's the ultimate cosmic partnership.
So let's bring this all the way home. What does all this cosmic philosophy actually mean for you and me, right here, right now? Well, here's the amazing part. This huge cosmic framework, it's actually a mirror. It's a mirror for the dance that's happening inside every single one of us.
Just look at this parallel for a second. That grand cosmic dance of stillness and movement, that's happening inside you as awareness and action. The divine principles of silence and expression, those are the very tools we use to live our lives every day. This isn't just mythology, folks. This is psychology. It's a map of our own consciousness. So if there's one big takeaway, it's this. To celebrate the Devi, to honor this feminine principle, is really just a way of talking about awakening that dynamic, creative force inside of ourselves. It's about taking our quiet, still awareness, our essence, and animating it with purpose, with creativity, with action.
And that really brings us to the end of our journey today. This divine dance between stillness and action, between the masculine and the feminine, it's eternal. It's always happening. So the only real question left for us to think about is, how are you going to join in?